Hey guys, what's up? It's Sarah the Rebel, and this is my little mini San Diego Comic-Con wrap-up. Katrina and I were going to try to film stuff at San Diego Comic-Con, but the truth is, that bitch busy as hell, and she didn't have no time to meet up, and then she finally had time to meet up, and then I was busy as hell. So I guess we're both busy as hell. We tried really hard. It didn't work out. Anyway, so just going to give you a quick recap. Basically talk about my best memories from each day, and then also my thoughts on some of the trailers. Hopefully the sound is okay. I got a fan on and everything's on because it's hot as hell in my house. So I'm sorry if the sound is not as good as you would like it to be. First of all, I bought a poster of Prince for only like $20. It was dope. And then I bought a golden Sonic Hello Kitty because Xavier Woods told me to. We'll get to that story in a bit. And then I got a Pillow Pet Okami because Tasty Steve told me to. That's another story we're going to get to. So the Sonic will look right at home with my other Hello Kitty. I'm very excited. This might become a new thing that I start collecting. Anyway, so San Diego Comic-Con, I get down there, and I have to do an interview with Xavier Woods, the wrestler who's a part of the tag team The New Day. So I'm pretty excited about that because he's a dope dude. As you guys remember, I met him at E3. I'm like, I hope he doesn't cancel. Anyway, I get to the con. I walk around for a bit. The show floor looks the same as it always does. The show floor just isn't really that interesting, to be perfectly honest, unless you're the kind of person who's willing, also I'm a little sick, to wait in line and to get the exclusives or to go there really, really early to get the exclusives. I don't know that kind of drive. So for me, it's just any other con. I get there. Danny Fernandez, the host on Geek and Sundry, is there. She's awesome. We're talking for a bit. And then finally, luckily, Xavier Woods does show up with a little entourage like he was cool. We did our interview. He was the most difficult person I've ever had to interview. I can say that honestly, because he did a lot of things that threw me off. They cut most of that out of the video. You can go watch it on Loot Crate on YouTube. Look up Loot Crate. Go to Loot Crate's channel. You can watch it and see. It looks like everything went fine, but the truth is he made me forget my questions once or twice. Fuck you, Xavier. Anyway. I don't really mean that. You're awesome. Don't be upset. Anywho, so I interviewed him. It went really well. I also interviewed, I don't know if I can say the other people that I interviewed because the video isn't up yet, so never mind. I also interviewed somebody else. And then afterwards, I was hanging out talking to this really cool guy from DC. How cool is that? I can't tell you who that is either. And then I met up with Xavier Woods and his friend Chris, who has a YouTube channel as well. It's called Dank something. He plays wrestling. What's his name? Dank something. Listen, I'll put a link. You can find him. And his girlfriend Michelle. They were all really cool. So we start walking together and run into the Black Power Ranger, the original Black Power Ranger, Zach. What's his real name? Winston? No. James? No. I don't remember his real name. I'm a terrible person. Anyway, I'm running to him. I say hi, and it turns out Xavier knows him, so he's like, she's cool peoples, and I'm like, I'm not cool peoples, please do not lie to the Black Ranger like that, that is unbecoming. Anyway, so we start talking, and then we find out that the original voice of Jem, Samantha Newark, is there, so we hightail it to go find her, because Xavier is obsessed with Jem. They meet up, they're talking and geeking out, it's amazing, and he actually introduces me to her, which was so nice, and I kind of freaked out and forgot to say my name, because I'm like, freaking out, and she was like, it's okay. It's your childhood. And then she hugged me. And I want to pause right here because this was such an important thing that was just said to me. It's okay. It's your childhood. I wish that more of the people that we look up to from our childhood and from our favorite shows knew to say this. Because it immediately took off the blame that I was placing on myself, the guilt I was feeling for not playing it cool. And instead replaced it with this understanding. Like, it's totally okay to feel a little freaked out when you see people that mean something to you. Especially when they're from your childhood, because this is something that meant a lot to you. And her saying that to me immediately made me feel okay. And it was just such an awesome gift, you know, to be like, hey, you don't have to worry about the fact that you're freaking out. It is a reasonable thing that you're doing. It's okay. And I was just like, damn. It is okay. It's okay that I freak out a little bit when I saw the Fraggle Rock lady. Like, it's fine. Anyway, I just thought that was really cool, so I wanted to pause and sidebar there. We ended up going to a few different parties. Everything was really difficult with parties, but the party that we ended up at was the Funko Fun Day party. Guys, Funko Fun Days is fucking insane. They need to be called fucking insane Funko Fun Days. I don't even know what it was a part of. It was like a light show. It had dancing. It had impersonators. There was like a Michael Jackson impersonator, Ace Ventura impersonator, Anchorman impersonator. It was fucking insane. They had contests and spin the wheels, and they made people chug corn. And anyway, so while we were walking around Comic-Con, Xavier was dressed as Garnet. I helped make his hair a square. Anyway, well, male Garnet. He called her Gardner. There we go. And on the show floor, a lot of people did not recognize him as a member of the New Day. Like, a lot of people did not recognize him. He was taking pictures with people who were just excited about his cosplay, or he was just excited about their cosplay, and they had no idea. It was hilarious. But when we walked into Funko Fun Day, they knew. Everyone in there knew who he was. And it was, like, kind of insane trying to walk through. It was like when Will Wheaton goes to Gen Con. It was nuts. Anyway, when we finally make it through the crowd, we sit down at this table with a bunch of beautiful people sitting at it. And it turns out one is Carlin, one is Noelle Foley, the daughter of Mick Foley, the guy who's the like well-known clown super fan from WWE, and then this guy with green hair. And I'm looking at this guy with green hair, and I'm like, this guy looks really familiar. Oh my God, that's Dale. Dale is my old coworker from Geek and Sundry, who I did remember has always loved wrestling. So I'm like, Dale? And he stares at me, and I'm like, it's Sarah. And he's like, Hot Rod! That used to be my nickname at Maker. They call me Hot Rod. I haven't heard that nickname in so freaking long either. That was extra hilarious. So it was so cool to see Dale again. It was so cool to meet Carlin and Noelle Foley, because Noelle Foley, she's so pretty. And so we were kind of like the wrestling table. We got a little hype and yelly, and we drank, and we had a good time, and we were confused about what was happening, and we left there with a bunch of Funkos. We tried to get into Nerd HQ. Apparently Xavier Woods is not famous enough to get into Nerd HQ with an entourage like that. Very embarrassing. Zachary Levi, you need to fix your guest list for next year. I told them we weren't going to get in, so it's kind of my fault for him even trying, because I told them we weren't going to get in and they didn't want to try more. Anyway, and so we ended up at this bar where there's this sexy-ass girl dressed as Pikachu riding on a bull for like 6 minutes, and then we got in there and she was like, all eyes on me. She was like, you sexy, I'm going to eat this cherry out your drink, I'm going to pop your cherry, and then she wanted to dance with me. So, to recap, we went to a place because the boys saw a sexy Pikachu bull rider, but the sexy Pikachu bull rider wanted me. She didn't want those boys. Anyway, it was a very good ego boost. So that was Friday. Saturday was the day I actually watched a bunch of trailers because I walked around with my friend Tasty Steve. We saw the stuff he wanted to see. I kind of just let him lead the way because, like I said, I'm like, I've been to this con a lot of times. I don't really know what I want to see. And he's the one who taught me to give him this little Okami pillow pet. So he showed me all the trailers on his phone, and we watched them, we talked about them. He's pretty hype about almost all of them, but I will tell you very briefly a few thoughts. Doctor Strange is a kaleidoscope. I don't know if you guys have never seen a kaleidoscope before. This is not blowing my mind. I'm not interested in seeing Doctor Strange. Perhaps if I enjoyed the character originally, I would be more interested, but there's nothing about Doctor Strange that I've ever connected to. Not interested, sorry. Wonder Woman. I'm very iffy on Wonder Woman. So far, I don't actually see anything that I want to see, except for the fact that it's Wonder Woman. So I'm very conflicted on that. Like, the lines, the script itself just seems kind of weak. Every word that someone said in there made me kind of cringe-ish a little. So, but other people are like, oh, it was so funny when what's-his-name said this. And I'm like, I didn't see anything funny in that trailer. Not really interested in Wonder Woman. It looks kind of dark. Justice League looks hilarious. I don't want to see that movie either. Again, it just looks like Batman versus Superman, where they're going to take these characters that had a lot of potential and seem really cool and then just fuck them up. Like, what is Aquaman going to do? Now, you know Zack Snyder is not a subtle man. What the fuck? How is Aquaman going to show us his powers? You know how. We're either going to go to an aquarium or we're going to have a fight by a wharf. And it's going to be very important that he has the power over the sea creatures. It's going to be weird and awkward, and I don't even know why we're bothering. Whatever. I was very excited about Luke Cage. That looked great. There was just a teaser for, for the rest of the Netflix shows, so that wasn't that interesting. I'm not really excited for Iron Fist yet. I'm sure it will be once it's out. At the moment, I don't really care. So yeah, I guess I had a lot of negative opinions on the superhero trailers. None of them wowed me, but I was not originally looking forward to any of them anyway, so I think that's why I have such a negative viewpoint of them. Because to me, after watching Batman vs. Superman, DC has a long way to go to win my trust for watching another movie. Like, it's just not going to happen, probably. So, yeah. So that was the trailers. Are there any I'm missing? Sorry if there are any I'm missing. Those are all the ones I can remember. So Saturday was fun. We had our Geek Girl brunch. We met up at the Tipsy Crow and we drank, because that's what you do at Geek Girl brunch. Sunday was my most chill day. I pretty much did nothing but wander around and then go home. So that was my San Diego Comic Con. By far the best day was Friday, because I got to hang out with a freaking celebrity and meet other celebrities and go to some weird cult Funko thing. It was pretty great. And I got hit on by Lady Pikachu. So, I don't really go to panels or anything. Last year, as you guys know, I was in Hall H the entire time, so I had a lot more to talk to you guys about. I just don't have the patience to sit in long lines and wait for panels. I don't have the patience to sit in long lines and wait for the possibility, the chance to spend some money and get something exclusive. I don't have the patience for waking up really early to do that. You know, if you want a casual con experience, Comic Con is not for you. Like, there's nothing for you there. So, you know, it's a con. I'm very happy I went because I got to see a lot of awesome people. But I really, at this point, just go for the parties and the drinking. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Hope it wasn't too long. And I will see you on August 10th. That is the next Woman Up podcast. Hopefully, Katrina has her video done, and I can be like, go watch Katrina's video. But if not, it's going to be awkward because I just told you to do it, but her video's not there. So, yeah, bye.